Alright, another fireside chat here, fellas. Today I'm going to do something a little different. See if I can get through it in one take here since it's on my phone. And I haven't got around quite yet to getting the stuff I need for higher quality videos, and I apologize for that. But I hope you find this interesting. A little something different, like I said. Today I want to talk about another essential tool for fire making, whereas the chainsaw gets the wood to your house, you got to process it and get it ready for making fire. And I didn't start with the axe or the maul and then the hatchet. I kind of jumped ahead here. I'll probably do videos on that later. Everybody has an axe, I'm sure, and a hatchet. But not everybody starts their fire the way I do. A lot of people do, but not everybody. And an essential tool for that is, as you see below here, is a knife. I used to use newspaper and accelerants, stuff like that, just get a quick fire going. Now I kind of enjoy more of the traditional, old time, use what you got, start a fire type of thing. Around the house I use matches, but out in the woods I use fire steels, a lot like this one here. Just a cheap Walmart, I think it was $3. As you can see, I use it quite a bit. I probably don't use it as good, for longevity as I should, but I have a bunch of other ones, so I don't really worry about it too much. I got a screaming deal on a pack of them from Amazon for, $10 or whatever, 12, 18, something like that for a package of them. So I don't worry about that too much. But today I want to talk about the Mora knife. Now, I got turned on to the Mora from another YouTube channel called Survival Russia. He didn't particularly care for Mora knives, but if you watch his videos, he always has the Mora cans bowl on him. Always. And I thought that was interesting that he didn't care too much for Mora knives, yet every video, every time he's out, this is the knife he has on. Besides another one, but he always has this knife on. So I first started out getting a companion because they're like $13. And if I remember correctly, I have two. They're both carbon. One's thicker than the other. I think I gave my boy the thinner one. So he had one, and then I kept the thicker one because I 90'd the spine and I can use it for fire starting. And this one's high carbon steel. I put a patina on it, apple cider vinegar patina. And it's held up pretty good. I got it pretty dark, and as you can see, I use my knife a lot, and there's a lot of wear on that patina, but no rust. This knife sits out in my shop between the heat and the cold and the damp, and there isn't any rust on this knife. It's also Scandi grind, which is awesome in the wood. And it's very easy to keep this razor sharp. This will shave skin off my finger. I use sandpaper. I've used emery boards. I have a Spyderco sharp maker. Very easy to sharpen. Easy to sharpen out in the field. I've used cardboard. Stropped with cardboard, stropped with leather. Like I said, you can use nail files and just get it sharp, and it'll cut and cut. I think this steel is equivalent to 1095. Not 100% sure, but that's what I've heard. Anyway, great little knife. Like I said, I think I got it on Amazon for $13. I mean, you can't beat that. I'm going to put that up, and then I'm going to talk about my favorite knife. This is a stainless steel, Sandvik stainless. Kind of has a compound grind, gets real thin out here at the tip with the Scandi grind that goes all the way out. I like this knife. It's very comfortable. I can carve quite a bit with it. My hands don't hurt, and I have hand problems, a neck injury long ago, and it compressed the discs, and then got the nerves between my neck there that go to my hands. So a lot of times my hands get numb if I'm working too much with them, but it's very comfortable. I work all day with it. I don't have any problems with that. And then basically this is how I prepare my fire. I just sit here and you get to use the knife. Just make these real fine feather sticks. Alright, so as you can see, I'm going to try and do this all in one angle so it doesn't flip around too much. Got a little pile in there. This is going to be tricky. These are cheap Strike Anywhere Walmart matches. And not the easiest to strike. The cardboard's cheap. I'm gonna get you up on that fire there. But with the shavings, it really only takes one match. In fact, I start most of them with the fire steel, which, if you don't have everything just right, it's kind of a pain. And then I always make sure I have a pile of kindling ready to throw on the fire. And there we go. That'll tear off here, and we'll have a nice roaring fire here before too long. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of how I do it. The prep is probably takes longer than, if you just wad up some newspaper and light it. But sometimes I've had newspaper light and then just burn the newspaper out and it didn't start any of the kindling. And I find that the wood shavings always stay lit long enough to get the kindling going, as you can see here. So plus I get to use the knife, and that's part of the fun of it as well. Better get that stuff off the top of the stove. This is the sheath it comes with. It's just a cheap plastic sheath. It does have a leather belt loop on it, and the knife, let me try to get it in there, don't cut my finger. Knife fits in there nice and snug. It doesn't rattle very much, and it's pretty positive retention there. I think that's mostly just the belt loop slapping against the knife. So, fairly quiet. And then, for $32, $35, whatever the cans bowl is, it's a hell of a deal. That's a great knife. So if you guys ever, decide that it's time to start cutting feather sticks and prepping firewood and, and kindling and, get yourself a nice fire going, I think that's the way to go. And this is coming from a guy who enjoys, a good quality pocket knife. I have very nice pocket knives. I don't, I like them in my pocket. If I have to use them, I will, but that's kind of why I have the morakniv. So I hope you guys find this interesting. You know, if you guys like this a little bit, you know, I can kind of go through. I have a bunch of different knives. I have a bunch of different axes, hatchets. You know, I'll keep doing the chainsaw thing. If you guys like this, you know, comment below. Let me know. It's a little bit longer video, but, you know, making fire takes a little time. So, all right, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.